Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. Check this thing out. We are underway. Like, you guys don't understand, this thing looks ridiculous, as you guys just saw in the thumbnail. So in the last video you guys saw we took off the bumper, the grill, and today the wheels are off. So Tristan's actually going ahead and cleaning up some of the chrome, so we decided to wrap this trim piece right here. What else are you guys wrapping?
We're wrapping
this
right here.
Okay.
The mirrors.
Mirrors, okay.
I think everything else is getting painted.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, here's the front suspension. This is something you're not going to really ever see, but got the Cognito level on, and as I mentioned in other videos, it's probably between I would say 2 inches and 2 1/4 in that ballpark for where it's leveled at right now. But yeah, got 6 jack stands for this beast too. And then check out the back here. You guys can kind of see they overload a little bit better too. Now I did not add a block for the rear, so depending on how the fifth wheel looks, who knows, maybe I might have to raise this by maybe like 1 inch or so, but I don't know if I will do that or not. I don't think I'll really have to, because I can just add airbags if the truck squats too much. But if you didn't watch the last video, it only lowered the rear by, what was it? I said it wrong in the video, but it's like 1 1/4 inch, something like that. And something that you guys have been asking me about is, do I need to add spacers? So yes, so I did get 2-inch spacers right here. So these are basically gonna go right here. These things are super heavy. So yeah, they'll basically go, hold on 1 second, right there. And these are hub centric too, so they're really good spacers. Wheeladapter.com. I actually found this company through CJC Off-Road, and I read a few reviews on the website, found them on some forums, and people swear by them. So this is really good stuff here. It should not wear out the bearings. I know people are going to see that in the comment section, but honestly, they're hub centric and they're really expensive. I think I paid $620 for 2 of them. They pretty much give you everything you need. And yeah, we'll see how much they space out. Now before we put the tires on, what I'll do is I'll show you guys maybe before the spacer if I have the chance to get over here, and then I'll show you after, so that way you can see how much space you would need. You can go 2 inches down to whatever you need, because like they'll cut it how you need it. The only problem is if you go anything smaller than this, you're gonna have to cut the studs. So you want to be sure that if you need anything less than 2 inches, you probably might as well just go 2 inches so you don't have to cut these. Although it's not a really big deal. But yeah, these things are super heavy. But yeah, this should be done next week, maybe sometime. I'm not 100% sure. As I said, Tristan's actually wrapping that trim piece right here, the mirrors, and then everything else is actually going to be getting painted, but this is also getting wrapped. And I think they're going to try to just keep the Chevy or Chevrolet like in this like chrome trim piece right here, because we're going to keep these on, and we're going to keep this chrome too for the front badge, but we're going to black this out, so it should have a nice contrast. Same thing goes with these little guys. We're going to wrap these but keep that chrome contrast too. But yeah, special shout out to JC Automotion. They pretty much did everything on this truck. By the way, I didn't show this to you guys, but this is what it looks like without the hood scoop on there. But if you need any work done, ceramic coating, I think they're going to ceramic coat the wheels too, and they're going to PPF the front bumper. I decided not to do the rear because it's not a big deal, but I really don't want this one to get destroyed with rock chips, because here in Utah it's terrible. But yeah, they got the wheels sent off today or yesterday, I think. Those are getting powder coated, and the bumper should be getting painted within the next few days. So once all that stuff gets back, it'll start to really come together. But this might be the last video I show you guys of this truck. But yeah, I'm super excited, and we will reconvene when I unveil the truck, unless I find something else to show you. So I pretty much answered a question that you guys have been asking me on almost every video with this build. Do I need spacers? Yes, you do need spacers. So some guys don't run spacers because they don't really mind the tires being sandwiched together. So what they'll do is they will install the inner wheel obviously first, and then they'll air it down basically. And then they'll install the outer, and then they'll air up the rear tire, and then they'll basically be touching like this. But obviously that is not safe to do because tires are gonna heat up. And if you plan on towing, if you add weight to the back, the tires are gonna squish, which means they're gonna get even closer together and they're gonna create friction and they could potentially blow up. So that's why you have to run a spacer. I personally don't like running spacers, but these are hub centric. And as I mentioned in the video, they are really, really meaty, heavy, the top of the top steel, like better than the US standard for steel. Like they're really good stuff. And yeah, the weight of them, you can tell. So in the video, I didn't show it to you guys, or I didn't point it out, I should say. The inner wheels are steelies. I don't know why GM does this. I believe, yeah, Ram does this too. Now, if you get a cab and chassis with Ram with a 19.5s, you get an option to upgrade the inner wheels to a aluminum. But unfortunately, I looked on Chevy's website to see would they allow you to build it with aluminum as opposed to the steely. So no, you can't. You have to get the steels, and I hate that they do that. I think that it's really cheap. Although I will say it's saving me some money because I'm not painting those inner wheels. They're gonna basically stay silver because you're never gonna really see them. And I think even with the spacer, the tires are so meaty that you probably won't even see them on the back of it. So there's that. And was there anything else? There was something else I want to talk about. Oh yeah, as far as the trim pieces go, around the windows and the mirrors are the only thing that's getting wrapped. Everything else is going to be blacked out and it's getting painted. So they took it to a shop. Bumpers are also getting painted. I think I mentioned that in the last video too, that I decided not to wrap the bumpers. And the reason why is because you guys know this is going to be a rental truck. I'm going to be letting people drive this truck, and I'm sure at some point, you know, a wrap is easy to kind of peel off. So I'd rather just get it painted, and then I'm gonna get a PPF. So it's gonna be a lot more money, and I am definitely like, yeah, it's an expensive build. Like I really didn't want to do painted bumpers, but I feel like for the sake of just longevity, because I don't know how long I want to keep the truck. If I keep it for even 6 months and I go to sell it, it'll be nice to know that when I tell people, hey, the bumpers are painted, and they're being painted the right way. So they're getting sandblasted, painted, and PPF, just the front one. And then the rear one will just be painted. But yeah, it's really starting to come together. And I don't want to ramble anymore. Be sure to stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to do one more video on the build, and you're going to like the next video because you're going to see a lot more progress. And really this week, it should be the last week for the build. Like the bumper should be getting painted midweek, and then we'll be putting the bumpers on, tires back on. I might do a video after the fact to show you guys the tires. Like as I just said, you know, the tires will touch if you don't have a spacer. So I may show you guys a before and after, maybe if I have a chance to, with the tires. I don't know. I mean, I'll do my best, but for the most part, I do know for a fact you need to run a spacer between the tires, no exceptions. And like I said in the video, if you go anything less than 2 inches, you have to cut the stud. So that's why I went on ahead and did 2 inches. I almost did 2 1/4, just because I wanted to make sure I had enough space. So if I did to my 5th wheel, the tires didn't get close still, or they would not be in contact. But I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Got some great stuff coming. And then the unveil video, guys, yeah, it should be pretty locked in. You'll be able to see the whole truck. I've already seen all the chrome trim pieces. I have not seen the wheels yet. So when we see those, whew, yeah, this is gonna be a one-of-one build, guys. Midnight edition dually from Chevy. It's never been done before. And that's why you should subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. See you guys soon.